I've been involved on the Romanian part in this, in developing the assistance, and I saw how Romanian institutions were transformed with the help of international assistance. And also at some point I asked myself whether the experiences that Romania has during transition and pre-accession can be transferred to other countries. And it soon became clear that there are some lessons that Romania has to offer some as good practices to other countries. So I would say that the source of the interest rests mainly with my professional background and seeing how international assistance really works in practice. I think the educators have mainly two roles. The first role is targeting a rather long-term change in how we see and implement development. Through courses and research, mainly research, they can create a long-term impact on the wider society, showing that the development challenges are there and they will be not solved through other means than sustained involvement and partnership. So this is rather long-term, kind of creating awareness. For example, giving students courses which also touch international assistance and development issues. And secondly, I think the universities as depositories of knowledge, they have a big role because they can also create public agenda. They can influence it through their staff, research or teaching staff. So one effect is on students who take our courses, and the second one is a larger impact on the whole society. The development initiatives that I came across in my research and my activity, I am not very sure that they were directly linked with the UN efforts to reach the Millennium Development Goals. However, I think there is a convergence between most of the development initiatives in Romania, especially early transitions, and those supported by UN. For example, in the field of education, social inclusion, health, I think there are some initiatives that can be interesting, at least for other countries. For example, I'm thinking of the programs created for the minority groups, especially Roma people, who these projects benefited from a lot of attention and assistance from various donors, starting with the World Bank, and then UNDP, European Commission, and also national aid development agencies as DFID. So I would say that the practices that Romania developed are very specific to its case. For example, majority-minority relations, but also they can be transferable to other countries. I don't think there is a very specific practice. Most development projects, they share kind of the same problems. For example, not identifying the right target groups and the right beneficiaries, and not doing proper planning and not doing proper implementation. And I would stress that the biggest problem with this assistance projects is that they are mainly top-down projects. The strategies are created in the offices of international donors, sometimes national agencies, whereas the local real needs are never really considered. So I would say that the top-down approach is very resilient in doing development work, and I would say that this is something that should be changed. In some countries there is a culture of international assistance, so the European Commission doesn't have to invest too much money in it. For example, the Nordic countries, some countries in Western Europe, the culture is already there, so the EC is redundant. In the Central East European countries, maybe there is a larger scope for EC involvement, as the idea of being a donor or being a citizen of a donor country is not yet rooted. So I'm not sure if it's doing enough or not, but I see a scope for involvement and improvement, especially in Central and Eastern Europe.